There's an abundance of choices when it comes to Seiko divers, and while options are great, things can get a little confusing with all the reference numbers, let alone nicknames that the watch community love to give watches, especially Seiko. When good friend of the channel Ty Alexander offered to send a couple of pieces over to check out, I'd never really noticed the Seiko SPB083, or aka the Mini or Baby Marine Master. So, thank you Ty, and do yourself a favour and check out his stunning photography on Instagram. The link will be in the description below. Released in 2018, the modern sized polished stainless steel case measures in at 43.6mm across with a lug to lug of 49.5mm. The gently sloping lugs manage to help the watch drape over the wrist, and combined with a thickness of 13.5mm and a lug width of 20mm, it sits comfortably on my 17cm wrist. Unlike the rest of the polished case, the top side of the lugs have a radial brushed finish and look fantastic, and I think they provide a nice contrast between the top and side of the case. Personally, I feel it wears a little smaller than the specs suggest, and with drilled lug holes and the well-known Seiko DiaShield coating for extra scratch protection, it certainly makes for a classy yet rugged looking dive watch. While on specs, here's a quick comparison against the 42mm SKX and a 40.5mm SPB083 that I previously reviewed, just to give you an idea of different Seiko sizing options. The bracelet is a fairly standard Seiko affair with pin and collar links, solid AND links, and a taper from 20mm to 18mm at the buckle, which is a welcome addition. The curved 3-piece links have a satin finish which match the case and have good movement. The milled double push button release clasp with flip block is sturdy and secure, and there's substantial adjustment in the standard pinned micro adjustment, and a small diver's extension is also provided. My only issue with Seiko diver extension is it adds unnecessary bulk to the clasp for a watch that's most likely to see its life at a desk. There's a small amount of movement between the lugs and the end link, but not as severe as my SPB083 review, and it doesn't affect wearability at all. If bracelet isn't your style, having drilled lugs certainly allows for quick strap changes, as can be seen by some of Ty's images. At the fore position, there's a substantially sized screw-down crown, which helps with 200 meters of water resistance, and winding of the 6R15 movement is smooth and easy, with the crown easy to manipulate thanks to the grooved finish. In the first position, we have the date changing capability, and in the second position, we have the usual time changing and of course hacking of the seconds hand. I do enjoy the position of the crown and the lack of crown guards, and it gives great comfort on the wrist, and I personally love the look. On the reverse again, usual Seiko specs with a screw-in case back that has a polished finish with the waved engraving and some minor details of the watch. Inside beating away is the 6R15 movement that provides 50 hours of power reserve that beats away at 21,600 beats per hour with an accuracy of +25 to -15 a day. Rotor spin is quiet and smooth because apparently that's a thing. The 120 click unidirectional coin edge bezel is easy to grip and has great feel to it, and there's a little backplay and alignment is accurate. The stainless steel insert is black and polished and contrasts really well against the blue dial with good legibility. The markers are large and easy to read despite some glare from the glossy finish. And there is also a lume pip inside the 60-minute triangle for accurate timekeeping when diving at your desk. On the front, there's a sapphire crystal with anti-reflection on the inside, which is a nice upgrade from the usual hardlex found on lower-end dive watches. And shining beneath is the absolutely stunning sunburst blue dial. The graduation is beautifully done and darkens as it reaches the edge of the dial. The blue really is exquisite, and somewhere between a deep blue and cyan is the best way to describe the colour. It's one of the more unique Seiko divers I've seen in a long time. There's a matching black minutes chapter ring on the edge of the dial, along with polished round and rectangle applied markers with good finishing. The frame date window is reasonable if you like them, and adds an extra feature. It should be noted these markers are almost identical to the Marine Master 300, which this watch is inspired by, with the main difference being the large, arrowed handset. There was a little controversy when Seiko first brought these out, but I honestly really enjoyed these as they are super legible and the look is a little different with a silver sandblasted finish to them. The hands and markers are covered in Seiko's long-lasting Lume Bright for excellent night vision. The SPB083 is a real standout amongst the plethora of Seiko divers currently available. It's a wonderful alternative to those that find the cost of a Marine Master 300 too high, or for those wanting something a little more unique. With its highly polished finishings and fantastic wearable dimensions, this mini Marine Master should suit a variety of environments while still holding its own as a competent dive watch. A great all-rounder for any watch enthusiast collection. Thanks for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel, it really helps. And if you want to see more daily content, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Mr. Ace K Productions. See you next time.